Howdy do, folks. This here's the old mountain man talking at you from the backside of this very dark lake in the hills of Arkansas. Well, this here's night 2 of the official shit hit the fan, blackout, blah blah blah, yak yak yak. No electricity, no internet, but I still got the basic functions of my computer. And I apologize for the video quality, due to the lighting in here, which is my Coleman dual fuel lantern on my left, and over here, let's see, get this little bugger turned around there. You see them cans sitting there? That top can there is a tobacco can. Punched a few holes in it. This one down here is sort of a heat radiating can, but this has got the fuel in it, which is 91% isopropyl alcohol. Let's see here, get that up there. Yeah, there it is, 91% isopropyl alcohol. And what we do here is, let's see, get one of these bamboo skewers out of this old espresso can and locate my flashlight. Make sure I don't overflow this damn thing. But I already got some in there, but figured I'd make sure and top it off a little. I'll get the trusty big cigarette lighter out here. Now I've got a couple of propane heaters, but I'm running low on fuel. Now I gotta keep that bamboo skewer down in there. Alright, that, as you can see, that's all caught up. Them flames get up there pretty good, but they don't. As long as I don't go bouncing around like some rambunctious teenager, which I've not really been known to do very many times. Unless I was a rambunctious teenager. Yeah, that thing puts off quite a bit of heat. And it's drafty down low in this old trailer. Yeah. But hey, I've been in worse survival situations with much less. Believe you me. I'm sitting in a modern lap of luxury whenever it comes to modern survival. Yeah, I've got a roof over my head, 4 walls around me, a brain that God gave me, and resources. I got a whole by God forest full of resources back there. I got dead trees all over the place on account of those people coming through here clear cutting throughout the last 7 years or so. So I ain't gonna sweat it too awful much. Even when the propane runs out and the Coleman liquid fuel runs out, I've got wood all over the place. I got oak wood, hickory wood, cedar wood, all kind of damn fuel out there just laying around waiting for me to go pick it up. And it's covered in ice. It's covered in ice. Now, what I'm going to do about that is I'm going to build a trash fire out here in this, what I call the burn cage, which is sheet metal, corrugated sheet metal. It's probably 1.5 to 2 feet wide, wrapped in a circular pattern with some welded wire fence to hold the trash in should it get stacked too high. I basically constructed that burn cage to keep from setting the countryside on fire whenever I have to go burn my trash. And yeah, I burn my trash for all you fucking tree huggers out there. Guess what? Carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide and stuff like that actually is breathed in by the fucking trees, you dickheads. I swear to God, some people are so fucking stupid. When you smoke a cigarette, that smoke is breathed in by the tree. Oxygen is breathed out by the tree. We breathe in oxygen, breathe out CO2. Tree breathes in CO2 and breathes out oxygen. It's what they call a symbiotic relationship. We're coupled together, us humans and the planet. So don't be so damn quick to judge or jump on somebody when they set something on fire or they burn something. You know, even plastic comes from the earth. Comes from oil. Where oil come from? Oil is black, sludgy pools of dead dinosaurs. Exactly what it is. That's where petroleum comes from. You seen that greasy black dead ass possum on the side of the road? That's just a miniature form of future petroleum. Yeah, whatever. It stinks. Just ask anybody that's ever worked in an oil field. Crude oil smells horrible. It's rotten. It's filth. It's dead animals. It's flammable. It can be converted into plastic and kerosene and gasoline and all that other good stuff. Anything carbon based, once it reaches a certain age or it's in its condition, it can become flammable. Duh. Now, I ain't exactly saying I'm loving this here blackout, but I ain't sweating it too awful much. And this is the third in a series of when the lights go out videos. What I do. What I do is shoot video. You know, as I said in the first one and maybe even in the second one. And please forgive me for being repetitive in those other two videos. My mind just kind of went in a loop on that first one whenever I kept talking about people and their Xboxes and iPads. And, there's a little boy right over here, that poor little fella. He's probably 10, 11 years old, and he don't know what to do without his Xbox. He was talking about getting a dog, a treadmill, and a dead squirrel for bait, to hang the dead squirrel off the end of the dog's, over in front of the dog to make the dog chase on the treadmill. Kind of like the carrot in front of the donkey. You take a stick and lay it between the donkey's ears with a carrot dangling off of it, and you make that donkey go where you want him to go. Well, he was going to use the dead squirrel for bait because his dog just loves dead rotten animals. And that same little boy was bringing me some firewood covered in ice. Little 10, 11-year-old boy coming up through here, stomping up through here with tree limbs twice as long as he was tall. Bringing them to the old mountain man because he was worried that he needed some firewood. Bless his heart. He's a great kid, that little Troy. Yeah, he's a good boy. His daddy Bill is one of my best buddies. Oh Lord. Yeah, I got this one little heater here. It gives me a good amount of heat. from propane canister, and that's Mr. Heater little buddy. I don't know, that's little buddy. I can think of people I don't care to call little buddy. But Troy's my little buddy, by God. And then I got my Coleman dual fuel lantern over there, and I got about 7 or 8 gallons of fuel for it. I done a count a while ago. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 gallons of fuel. And worst comes to worst, I'll seal off this front part of the trailer. I'll take that lantern back there in the back to my bedroom, and I've got a feather bed now. Now my mom, my dear sweet mother, gave me a feather bed today. And that right there, my mom's aces. She's one of the best there is. And she gave me a feather bed, and then a couple years ago, she gave me a feather down blanket. I've not used that feather down blanket. I was kind of reluctant to put that on my old bed, but I'm going to dress things up come morning. Lay that feather bed down on top of the mattresses back there and get that feather down blanket. I'll be plenty warm at night, and that's the only worry really there is in survival, is staying warm throughout the nighttime, making it to the daytime. So you can get up and function. Now this here white thing behind me, a big square white outfit, that's my deep freeze. We got some meat in there, and given the cold weather, my deep freeze hadn't even come close to defrosting. My mini fridge has got 20 pounds of chicken in the freezer part of it, and since it's vented on the back side there, it's all staying pretty well cold as long as the weather holds. I'm just grateful that power outage did not happen in the summertime as far as my food being keeping cold. If it did happen in the summertime, whew, I'd be rigging up a smokehouse. I'd be rigging up a smokehouse and making a lot of jerky. Make turkey jerky and beef jerky and deer jerky, and I'll just be jerking all over the place. Yeah. Don't let your mind go there. Oh, shit. Shoot. Cheap tobacco. Ugh. But, yeah, whenever it comes to survival, it's either, yeah, you want to satisfy a habit, cheap tobacco, have to save money to get things done. But just thinking about making a cup of coffee. Yeah. I got things going before I can save a little bit on the fuel. It's, you know, it was going down quick. I had to shut off the double mantle propane lantern and the Coleman Minimax lantern and save the fuel for cooking. So for heat, I got this here. Got this here can with the alcohol burning in it, and I put about ½ inch of fuel, ½ inch of alcohol down in the bottom of that can a while ago, and it burned from 9 minutes after 1 in the morning until about 1:35. So I put an inch of alcohol in there this time. By that much. So it should burn a good long while. and it puts off a considerable amount of heat. When I stand up, hell, it's like summertime warm in here. Down here low, about head level where I am now. It's kind of nippy, but it ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. Dang, it is warm. I stand up and it's damn fucking hot. It is just hot in here. Hell, and back there in the bedroom, it's toasty warm. I've been back there. Shit, my hair looks nappy. Yeah, heck of a time to think about it, huh? Yeah. I told people time and again, my house is a mess. Yeah. And y'all got a glimpse of it here, there, and yonder. Never really planned on making any videos inside my house, but hey, this is where I survive. This is my little camping trailer. Yeah, you see this paneling and these nice cabinets that they got the little white knobs on them, little ceramic knobs and shit on them. Now that little white thing up there, little pointed white object, is a buffalo rib. It's a knife blade. It's a Native American knife blade. This little story goes along with that. It's got some markings on it. Let's see, these are Oklahoma Indian symbols on this buffalo rib. This right here is a bear paw, plenty of game. This here's a lightning arrow for swiftness. This here's a rattlesnake jaw for strength. And this here is medicine man's eye, represents wise and watchfulness. Wisdom and watchfulness. And I picked this up, oh yeah, and the mountain range represents a permanent home. I picked this up there in Mount Ida, Arkansas, when I lived with this little Cajun babe that, Mon Chéri. Well, that's not her name, that's just a sweet Cajun French. My cherry, my sweetheart, my darling. This didn't have those markings on there. I burned those in. I burned those in with the fire and the steel. They're burned in deep. Got this at a shop called Wind Spirit. Wind Spirit Native American shop over in Hot Springs. So I miss those days with that little gal. I surely do. She don't talk to me anymore for some reason. One day she just quit calling and quit taking my calls, and I had called her one day. Getting on a personal note here, folks. And I tend to do that at times. If you watch my videos long enough, you'll get to know me a bit better. One day I called that little gal's phone, and her cell phone, and some old boy answered, and he said, "Well, I don't know who you're talking about." Yeah, okay. I got it. I contacted her on Facebook, gave her my phone number. She ain't bothered calling. So I figured she'd pretty well, let it be known through her inaction that I'm not wanted or needed, even as a friend. So the hell with it. People like that, just chalk them up, let them go. Forget about them. Remember the good times, let go of the bad times, and trudge on down the trail. There's better things awaiting for me in this life. So why go trying to chase after something or someone when they don't want nothing, you know, when it's the worst thing for you. I've learned better. One of my mentors, whenever I was about 16 years old and I was having girl troubles, he said, son, there's two things you should never do in this life: chase buses or women, because you'll either get left behind or you'll get run over. Period. Because of the woman, and you chase after a woman so long, he said, she let you catch you, then she might just say, well, he's just too eager and I can just do whatever I want. No, no, no. Not with this child. Oh, crap. Yeah, see what time it is. I done went on for about 20 minutes, and these videos are going to be long. It's 2:23 a.m. and it's still toasty warm inside the indoor encampment of the mountain man. I'm recording these videos, and I'll be uploading them to YouTube as soon as the powered back on and we can get the router rebooted and get everything lined out with the internet. And if not, then I'll just store these videos to flash drive and carry them with me for posterity's sake, I reckon. I don't know. The main object of these videos is to show people there's no need in freaking out whenever the lights go out. You got to keep your head in things like this. You know, forget about the things that don't matter, like your iPad and your iPhone, your Xbox, your cell phone. What matters is your immediate needs, your survival needs. Focus on those things, and everything else just falls by the wayside. Everything else don't matter. You look around you, you see your resources, you portion them out. Now I gotta admit, I used propane like crazy whenever I first started out, but then I got down to my last 8 canisters of propane, these little 1 pound 4 ounce canisters. I knew what I had, knew what I didn't. I shut down the 2 propane lanterns. I started using rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, as a heat source. I've got quite a bit of that liquid camp fuel to fuel that lantern. That lantern puts off a lot of heat and light. I don't know if I'll be using that little buddy heater much anymore, because I might want to keep some of this propane for cooking a meal, warming up some coffee without having to go outside. But then again, I could just punch some more holes in another can, like that can right over there. Use some alcohol for fuel to cook some food, because that can's going to be blazing for a good long time. I just take a 2 pound coffee can, like the one that tobacco can sitting on there, and punch some holes in it. Pour 1/2 inch alcohol down the bottom of it. take the barbecue grill, take the little grate, insert that's inside the barbecue grill, set it on top of the can, cook a meal, no problem. And I've got about 1.5 gallons of damn alcohol stored away in 1-quart bottles. 4 quarts is a gallon. You buy a quart every now and then when you go to town, get that 91% or 70% or higher. Maybe 60% will work, I don't know. But I like to get the strong stuff just in case. Yeah, it's good for sterilizing wounds and cleaning stuff and sterilizing your hands. You can wash your hands in it. And, it will dry your hands out. Oh, Lord. They'll be dang clean. And the alcohol is good for fuel. That alcohol stove there, since I don't have anybody else stumbling around in here, and I'm mighty careful my own self. I don't screw around when it comes to survival. Oh, shit. You can't afford to be some stumble-footed fool tripping around, throwing your clothes around. I've heard of people throwing clothes on a propane heater or tripping over something, turning over a candle or something. And I thought, what kind of fucking idiots are these that are dealing with open flame sources within their home and they're being so goddamn careless? My way of thinking, and they're just self-destructing, thinning out the stupidity in the herd. Bunch of idiots. Yeah, but it is always a sad thing whenever a human life is lost, but I don't know. Having said that, I reflect back on what John Rambo said in Rambo 4, or Sylvester Stallone said in Rambo 4. And he was having a discussion with a little church girl out there in the jungles of Southeast Asia. She was on some kind of a mission to help these tribesmen. And she said, all lives are precious. And John Rambo, he says, some lives yes, some lives no. She says, how can you say that? And I don't remember what he said after that, but yeah. It's just what I said before. Some people are so damn stupid they don't deserve to live. And those that go tripping around, spilling shit, spilling flammable things like wax or whatever, and catching themselves on fire, catching their house on fire, they're not the ones that deserve to live. They eliminate themselves. They're self-destructive. They burn themselves up, blow themselves up. Now, me, personally, I take my dual fuel lantern and the liquid fuel that's 3 times more combustible than gasoline, and I take it outside, and I fill up my lantern out there. Because I always spill a little bit, because I don't have a proper funnel. And I'll pour some off into a metal can. I squeeze that metal can to narrow that top. And I pour it off into that lantern. I wipe everything down real careful. Pump it up, light it up outside, and bring it back in the house. Period. Hey, you got to take those precautions. Otherwise, you could end up ending your own life while you're trying to survive. What the fuck? Yeah. I'm just waiting on that next flicker of electricity. Yeah, I enjoy electricity. Yeah, sure. But it's not really necessary. And I'm getting way low on my battery here. I just thought, the thought of electricity made me think. Yeah, my battery icon is telling me that this may be the last video that I shoot. But I'll tell you, this may be the last video I shoot before the lights come back on. And today, on the 12th month, the 8th day, or on the 7th, actually, yesterday officially, the lights flickered a little bit, and there was workmen out here, linemen out here tending to the lines. They may have been testing the lines to see if they could hold the electricity. Sometimes this ice weakens the lines, and they were just testing them to see if they could take a load. Yeah, I'm looking for electric to be on here next day or two, but if it's not, that's fine with me. I'll just carry on like I am. I wished I had a way to get a charge on this battery so I could record more videos, but basically, these 3 videos that I have are just a way of putting it out there for people to see that there's no need in freaking out and getting all upset because electricity is not around. There's relatives of mine that, growing up, they didn't know what the hell electricity was, and if they did, it was just something that they couldn't afford. I've been to houses where people didn't have electric, and they lived just fine. I've lived without it before. And I didn't concern myself with radios or TVs or the internet or nothing else. My life didn't end because I didn't have an Xbox. Or I got a DVD player and a TV right here. Now, if I wanted to, I could have made a choice. Instead of shooting these videos, I could have took one of the 50 or 60 DVDs that I've got, popped it in that disc drive in the side, and watched me a movie. Or listen to music. I could have wasted the battery instead of making these videos. I'm hoping y'all get a little something out of these videos other than the humorous bullshit I was spouting during the first one and some of the hateful stuff I said during the other video. That first one, toward the end, I was kind of spouting off about the 22 caliber rifle. Yeah, and it bothers me that people underestimate the 22. Could be I shouldn't have got so upset. But what the fuck, It's those kind of people that are going to learn that hard lesson. Now, I've killed deer with a 22. I've killed coyotes with a 22. And if you can kill game like that with a 22, you can drill a hole through a human torso. The bad thing about them 22 rounds, they have a tendency to bounce around inside, and you never know if they shoot someone in the torso. You shoot someone in the solar plexus from a downward to upward angle, that bullet ain't gonna go out the top of your fucking head. You just don't know. Then again, it might cut to the left or right and scramble the guts and the heart and lungs, or ricochet back down into the intestines and rupture some guts. All depends on the ammo, I guess. If you got good, powerful ammo, you might just drill her straight through somebody. Or some game animal or whatever. I don't want to get off on no killing people kick. Because, you take a human life, that's a serious, serious thing. You don't ever want to do that. I guarantee you, it's like that proverbial old saying, once you toss a rock in the water, that pool of water's changed forever. You don't want to be that change. You don't want to be that rock. You don't want to be that pool of water. You just want to stay out of the whole equation. You don't want to have to close your eyes and look at that face or faces. And should you ever have to go to war, make sure you do it for the right reasons. And should you ever be faced with a situation where there's a possibility that a human life may be lost, don't be so quick to squeeze that trigger or use that knife or that crossbow or whatever it is that's your chosen method. Because if you don't know, you'll suffer the consequences later within your own heart, your own mind, your own conscience. My brother suffers from PTSD. It just kicked in the past couple of years. There's a lot of things in this world that we think might be cool, or we think might be something we might want to experience, but you just kick it on back a notch, calm down, live life, do what you have to do what you need to do. And as I always say, please, 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 be good to yourselves and be good to each other. Because in this world, we are all that we have. And I just got the 28-minute warning that there's 14% remaining on my battery. Your battery is low for 14%. If you need to continue using your computer, either plug in your computer or shut it down and then change the battery. There are no spare batteries. No place to plug it in at the moment. So, 28 minutes, huh? Well, this particular video is 37 minutes so far. 38. And here comes Little Bear. He's probably got to go outside and go pee or something. Folks, take it from the words of experience. Survival is something that everybody deserves to one degree or another. And, well, we all deserve to. Hello, Little Bear. Yes, buddy. I hear you. You'll wear banging your tail against a 5-gallon bucket. You schmub-bub. You the tinker. I did have him bundled up under some covers back there in the back on his bed. It's a little fart head. At any rate, folks, I better get off here. This battery's about to go dead. And I want to stop this video before I'm forced to, or before the computer shuts down, because I don't know if it'll save the work automatically. So y'all take care, and just try to keep your heads about a situation whenever you find yourself in a lights out situation like I'm in. Now, like I said, I've been through it before. I've been through way far worse survival situations than what I'm in now, with far less resources. And, you know, so I'm not really going to worry about it. Got plenty of food in the deep freeze right here. Got dry beans, dry rice. I got all kind of stuff to get me by on. And I'm grateful. Thank God and God bless, people like Jeray Lynn. I got to order in from her, and I got to get that out here next, well, whenever the ice gets off the roads. And then I got other people I need to thank. Probably shoot a video on that whenever the power gets back up. But y'all take care, and this is Old Mountain Man signing off from the backside of this here lake in the hills of Arkansas. Adios.